YouTube, Mose On fam, NFL fans across the world. Welcome into the channel. We are in our team mock draft series. We're traveling across the NFL, all 32 teams, and doing full 7-round mock drafts as we prepare for the 2026 NFL draft at the end of April. Today is no different. We are in episode 25. That takes us to Chi-Town, the Windy City. We are the GM today for the Chicago Bears. So we're going to figure out how we can help this team become better through the draft. We'll take a look at our free agent signings. We'll take a look at our depth chart, and then we'll jump right into the mock draft. So let's do that. 17 free agent signings. Not going to go over all of them. Acquired Garrett Bradbury in a trade with the New England Patriots. I think on that offensive line, a real signing to watch for is that Jedrick Wills signing. Drafted high by the Browns. He did not play last year, recovering and rehabbing from injury, so he signs a 1-year deal. I think in the right system, he can be a really, really good offensive lineman. And maybe this Bears system is the system that will work for him. So I definitely have my eye on that pick. Linebacker Devin Bush signs a 3-year, $30 million deal. I like that. I'm watching that in this particular defense. And then the signing of Kobe Bryant, bringing him over on a 3-year, $40 million deal. Kevin Byard is gone. Jaquan Brisker is gone. And so we had to find a way to replenish those spots, and they did so, at least one of those spots, with Kobe Bryant. And so now we'll jump over to the depth chart. So on the offensive side of the ball, Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, and Kyle Monangai. We know we have a 2-headed running back system there. Wide receivers, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden. So those two now are 1 and 2 with the departure of DJ Moore. And Ja'Day Walker slides into that third wide receiver role. He played well last year, and I think his ascension is going to continue in this particular offense, especially with the attention that Roma Dunze and Luther Burden command. Tight ends, Colston Lovin and Cole Kmet. We know we're solid there. Offensive line of Braxton Jones, Joe Tooney, Garrett Bradbury, Jonah Jackson, and Darnell Wright. So offensive line is solid. We've got some good pieces behind them in Jordan McFadden, Ozzie Trapillo. Again, we brought in Jedrick Wills. So we're looking solid on that offensive line. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, in Montez Sweat, tackles Grady Jarrett, and Jervon Dexter Sr., and then in Dayo Odayingbo. Linebackers, Devin Bush, TJ Edwards, DeMarco Jackson. Secondary, Jalen Johnson, Cam Lewis, Kobe Bryant, Tariq Stevenson, and Kyler Gordon. So I think defensive line is a place that we want to look. Edge rusher opposite Montez Sweat. Safety room, we brought over Kobe Bryant, but maybe we could look to add to that strong safety position, at least competition-wise. We could bring in another wide receiver for depth, but that would be later. Offensive line for depth. I think we have solid pieces in the positions that matter, and now we're looking for quality depth, quality rotation, and continuing to draft for the future of this team. So we have 7 picks. So let's jump right in and see what we can get figured out for this Bears team. I mean, safety's a need. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren is here. Corner's a need as well. Center is a need. Defensive line is a need. I can't go wrong with Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. If he's on the board, we need a safety. Now we pair Emmanuel McNeil-Warren with Kobe Bryant. That's a no-brainer if you ask me. Back on the clock at pick 57. Center Defensive line safety. We traded for Garrett Bradbury, but we can still use someone in that position. We have another safety here, AJ Halsey, but we already took a safety, so there's no need. We have a 2 running back system, so again, no need there. Jennings Dunker would be a solid pick here. Chris Braswell would be a solid pick here. Edge rusher Derek Moore. We already talked about getting somebody opposite Montez Sweat, right? Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm going to go Derek Moore at 57. Now, this is obviously a place where you could trade back. You know, we have 7 picks. Maybe you want to acquire a later pick. He also could be available at pick 60. But is there anybody up here that we want to grab? Do we want to take 2 safeties in a row? I don't think so. Do we want to take Jadarian Price? I mean, it's possible we could, but he's not necessarily a need. Tackle isn't a need for us with Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright. We have Ozzie Trapillo. We just signed, like I said, Jedrick Wills. Maybe you want to take him to kick him inside to guard. But we have Jonah Jackson and Joe Tooney. Is he going to play? You could go wide receiver Chris Brazel. Give you that big body, wide receiver. But I think, isn't Jade 6'3", 206? So, I mean, Brazel, I think, is 6'5", but, we have Rome, who's not small. We have Luther Burden, and then we have Jade. So, I mean, you can always add to the wide receiver room and get another wide receiver there, but corner, maybe you can go trade in Stooks. Let me go back one. Yeah, Jalen Johnson, Tariq Stevenson, Kyler Gordon. Yeah, I mean, you could go and bring in some competition. And they're both around the same. So let me go trade in Stooks. And if I don't get Derek Moore, I'll get Danny Dennis-Sutton. Either way, I'm getting an edge rusher that I know that I want to grab for the opposite side of Montez Sweat. And both guys are still here. And Derek Moore and Danny Dennis-Sutton. I'm going to go Derek Moore from Michigan first. And so now we continue to improve that defense. Now we're on the clock here. Pick 89 in round 3. Now we can get our center. We can get Jack Slaughter from Florida for that offensive line. Pick 129 here in the 4th round. Don't need quarterback. We could get another edge. We could get another offensive lineman. We don't need a tight end. We could go receiver. Now you can go receiver. And I think Jacoby Lane would be a great option here. And that's what I'm going to do. Jacoby Lane at 129. And now our final picks are almost back-to-back, 239 and 241. Again, another tight end is not necessarily a need. We have a 2-headed running back by committee with Swift and Manungai. But I honestly think it's time to move on, excuse my hand, from Roshan Johnson and Brenton Brown. And so I think we bring in Terrion Stewart for some competition. And then we get another corner in DJ Harvey at 241. Because we don't need Anything else? We don't need a tight end. We already got a wide receiver. We could go guard, but our offensive line is solid, and we just drafted a center. Don't need a quarterback, although Taylor Green could be a good option as far as a backup to Caleb Williams. I think you have Case Keenum as a veteran presence, but do you trust Tyson Bagnet or Benyet? How do you ever pronounce his name? Yeah, give me Taylor Green at 241. Just to make sure I got the athleticism to back up Caleb Williams in the event that he goes down. All right, let's go over this real quick. Round 1, pick 25. We get safety Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. He was on the board. Safety is a need, and so we take him. Round 2, pick 57. We get corner Traden Stukes from Arizona. 3 picks later at pick 60, we get edge rusher Derek Moore from Michigan. Round 3, pick 89, we get center Jake Slaughter from Florida. Round 4, pick 129, we get wide receiver Jacoby Lane from USC. Round 7, pick 239, we get running back Terrion Stewart from Virginia Tech. And round 7, pick 241, 2 picks later, we get quarterback Taylor Green from Arkansas as our future backup for Caleb Williams. Bears fans, talk to me. Hit me in the comment section. Let me know what you like, what you don't like in this draft. Let me know what you would do differently. How would you draft for your Chicago Bears? Again, sound off in the comment section. Love interacting with each and every one of you. If this is your first time here at Mose Knows, welcome. I appreciate your time and attention more than you realize. You are part of the Mose Knows fam now. There's nothing you could do about it, but you can do a few things. 1, smash that thumbs up on this video. 2, hit that subscription button, become an official part of the Mose Knows fam. 3, hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time new content drops right here at Mose Knows. And then share this video. We're going from Chicago to upstate New York. We're going to Buffalo. We're doing a 7-round mock draft for the Buffalo Bills. So share this with a friend, family member, coworker who you know is a Buffalo Bills fan so that they can get locked in with the content. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace.